All right. Thank you all for confirming. And yeah, this is our changes. Like we have created, we were talking about branches yesterday, right? Let me just give an overview. So we have created another branch called B1 and we made some changes and we got the changes in here, right? Like we have got 3 files. Like we made some changes on B1.
Preethi, if you don't mind, can I share my screen? I have done the same thing. If you can just show me where I am just doing wrong,
We'll
because I have
see
just
at the end of the class. Okay. Will
okay,
any questions, errors you have, I'll look into that at the end of the class.
okay.
So this was showing the files in here. And if you see git ls files, it will show you these files, right? Like this is on master. Actually, we have the third commit on the third file on master branch. Okay. So now let us talk about another scenario, another interesting scenario here on the master branch. What I'm doing is just follow the steps carefully. I'm creating a file here on the master branch, which is file4.txt. Okay. Okay. So what should I do? What should we do after this? What is the next step?
Add it to
Add.
the add it to the stage and then commit it.
Add it. Add it. And if you see the status, obviously it will ask us to commit. So let us commit that. Let's say fourth file, something like this on master, right? So yeah, we have made the fourth file. So if you do ls, you will have the fourth file, right? And also git ls files should show us, right? The 4 files you have got, okay? And git status should show us a working tree is clean. So we have got the fourth file and fourth commit in here. Do you think this fourth file is available on B1 branch? Do you think so? Do we have that file?
No.
No.
No, definitely no, right? They are working like parallel things. So let's check out and see. Git check out B1 branch. And now if you see, yeah, definitely you don't have this file, right? Git ls files, you don't have the fourth file. You don't have anything here. Okay, perfect. Let's say we were working on different requirements. We are working on parallelly. So I'm going to make a change here. File 4. And here, let me say, okay. So something like this I place. Now, obviously, you should also add this file, git add file 4 and git commit -m fourth file on B1 is the commit message. Done, right? So yeah, I have made these changes as well. Okay, then let's say I'm done with the changes. Now I want to integrate these changes with the master. So how to integrate? What to do now?
Merge
Merge.
or rebase.
Huh?
Merge.
Git merge source destination.
Right, let's go to that branch. Let's go to the destination branch first. How to switch the branch? What should I do now?
Git checkout main.
Checkout.
Git checkout master. And now what is the command?
Git merge
The
and
source
the
branch,
B1 to master.
Master.
the destination branch is master. Correct? This is what you should do. So, yeah. What happens if I do this? Will this work? What happens now?
Conflict will happen
Why you get a conflict?
because we have same file for both places, and we have different context text as well. So maybe system will say which one to maintain.
Okay, so to understand like what happens at the back end, like what is the reason for conflict, why you get a conflict? Generally, people think that it's a same file name. That is true to some extent, but it's not just because of the same file, there is something else. So you need to have an understanding and clarity on what is happening at the back end. So let me share the screen. Can you all see that?
Yes.
Now let's talk about the steps we have gone through. Like what are all the things we have gone through? First, we are having a master branch and we are having a B1 branch. Then first step we did here is we created a file called file4 and made a commit. Let's say commit A. Is this commit available on B1 branch? Is this commit ID available on B1 branch?
No.
No.
Definitely no, right? Okay, perfect. Then second step, what we did? We came to B2, B1 branch. Okay, coming here. So you are creating file4, right? And making a commit called commit B, right? So commit B is here. Is it available on master?
No.
Definitely no. Okay, now we are trying to merge. What is the meaning of merge? Integrating changes from one branch to another. This is the source branch. This is the destination branch. It's like you bring in changes from source to destination. That is the meaning of merge, right? So first, if you see the commit history of file4 on B1 branch, is simply this one, correct? And simply here, if you see the commit history of master, simply commit A. When you say merge, imagine this like a box of fruits. Let's say this is bananas, these are apples. So if you merge, this box should come and sit here. This box should come and sit here. Does it mean that it should override this A?
Combine.
No.
No.
Okay, B should come and sit here. Correct? That box should come and sit in here. So when it is coming, and the meaning is it should come and sit here. So Git doesn't have a clue on whether it should ignore this or override this and put this, or else whether it should keep A and ignore B, or whether it should keep both, or it doesn't have a clue. It has a confusion. It doesn't know what to do in this case. If Git overrides the existing changes, there is no point of using it, correct? It should not override. At the same time, it cannot ignore incoming changes. So it doesn't know which changes to keep. And hence you get a conflict. Means the whole point is same file correct to certain extent. Same file plus source branch is missing some commits that are there on destination. Which commit it is missing? Yes.
File4 commits.
Which commit? Both are same files, file4. Which commit source is missing?
Source is missing commit B and the destination is
Commit
missing
A.
commit A.
Source is missing commit B.
Commit A.
Commit A, it is missing this one,
What?
right? Some commit A is made that's not there on B1. Source is missing some commit B, commit,
Yes.
which
Vice
is
versa.
there on destination, and hence you are getting a conflict. Right, same file, you will not get a conflict case also, I'll tell you. Can I erase this one?
Yes.
Yes, Preethi.
So let's say you have master branch, you have again B1 branch. You have some file, right? File 1, do you remember? You have file 1 with some commit. You made a branch with this file. So obviously file 1 is there, commit A is there. Then later on you are making some commits here. So now if you see the snapshot or if you imagine it like a box, it has got A and B. And here it has got only A. Source is not missing any comments. In this case, it is same file. But when you merge, do you think you will get a conflict?
No.
It
No.
is very clear. It will put both A and B box here. It will just bring merge concept means it will bring whatever on source. So A and B will be there. It need not overwrite. It need not ignore. It gets everything here. It's very clear. No conflict, even though file name is same. That's why I'm saying it's not just because of the same file name. Git works with respect to commits. with respect to changes. It's not about files, it's about commits. So if source is missing any commit which is there on destination, then you get a conflict. Otherwise, you will not get any conflict. Understood?
Yeah.
Yes, Preethi.
So that is the reason for conflict. Conflicts are always good. It's not that you should avoid them. There's something bad. You should do something to avoid. It's always good because see, Git is after all a tool, right? It cannot make a decision, but it will not allow overriding. It will not allow ignoring. Rather, it will inform us like what to do. It will inform what to do. Like, okay, sorry, it's not. It is not informing what to do. It is informing what is happening, right? This is what is happening. I cannot override. I cannot ignore. So you resolve the conflict. You fix it. As a person who owned these files, it's my local repository. I created both the files. You are the owner. So you decide what to do. So it's informing me rather than overriding, rather than ignoring, which I can take care of. So Git is after all a tool, it cannot take a decision. So it is bringing that thing to you. So you can decide, you can make a decision accordingly.
So
That's
it should
the,
Preethi,
that's
it should
the purpose of
also, yeah.
conflict.
Preethi, I have a question. It should also give the error, right? Even this case, because that is a we in on a master we have a file one, and then we have created a B1 branch. B1 branch we have the same file which we have it on a master. Then we have created a file B. Then we are committing into the master. No, file one. Okay, so the new B will be committed here.
In this case, is it overwriting anything?
No, it is not overwriting here.
Is it ignoring anything?
No.
So why it should inform? That's what is merge, right? Merge means it should bring changes from source to destination. It's bringing changes from destination where it's not overwriting, where it is not ignoring. So why it should inform? What it should inform, isn't it? So it
Correct.
will inform when it has to ignore or when it has to override, and it doesn't, it cannot decide the thing, so it will inform us. So conflicts are good to have. They are not something you should avoid. They will help you to know what's happening. That's how Git handles changes from changes in the branch, like if you're working on the same files, kind of. Right? And the reason for conflict also we have discussed. Are we good? Anyone having any confusions on why you get a conflict?
Could you please explain the first scenario why we've got the error that I had a confusion? First scenario.
So first scenario, you don't have the commit A on B1 branch of file 4. Then you created here file 4 and made B1. This is the first step and this is the second step. This is the first step and this is the second step. Now if you see B1 branch has got only the commit B. Right? Master branch has got only the commit A. Okay? Okay. Please
Okay.
go ahead, everyone. Yeah. Tell me, please.
Okay. So here we have a commit A, and here we have a commit B. So when we are merging it, but ideally when we are merging it, it should take the or whatever the changes, right?
Whatever changes meaning.
See, in the
The
B,
concept of merge is from source to destination. Whatever in the source should be integrated into master. So if you see the snapshot of file 4, it has got only B. So when it has to integrate, it should take only B and put it in master. Why there should be a commit A? A commit A is not there, it's not bringing, it's not integrating, it's not like, it's not coming from source. So should it keep it or should it override it?
correct.
So
So
it's
should
the
keep it.
same file and the source branch is missing some comments which are on destination. Then you have a conflict. same file and this scenario. It's not some other files you have missing scenarios. It doesn't happen. It's the same file and this case. Then you have a conflict. Got it right, everyone?
Yes, Preeti.
So let us now see how to resolve the conflict. We understood the reason for conflict. Okay, first let me run this command. Okay, you will see the conflict, how you will see. Let me run this. Git merge b1. See, earlier it said fast forward merge. Now it's saying automatic merge file 4 failed. Conflict, merge conflicts in file 4. Automatic merge fail means it cannot do automatic merge or fast forward merge. And it's asking you fix the conflict and commit the result. You have to fix the conflict, right? Just a second. Okay. Yeah. So you have to fix the conflict. How do you fix the conflict? See, whenever you get a conflict on the destination branch, do you see how the file changed? Head indicates the content from the current branch. It's showing you, right? Current change. Then this indicates current from the, changes from the source branch, incoming change. So it will show you like this. Okay, these editors like VS Code editors or IntelliJ, all these editors provides best features for merging. See, you can select whether, see, do you see they are all clickable? Whether you want the current change only or whether you want incoming change only or whether you want to both or whether you want to compare. You have all such options which makes the things easy for you. If you don't use any such editors, okay, if you just use Notepad, okay, like let me also open that for you. This is our project, right? And it's a file for, yeah. Do you see in the notepad also you can see this, but there are no options like you can directly click on them. You have to edit the file like you edit any notepad. And if the file is so huge, it makes things complex, correct? So these editors help you to manage these files. Sure, Ravi Sharma, thanks for informing. If there is a priority call, please you can drop off and watch the recording. Okay. All right. So yeah, so these are the features you have with these editors. Now you decide. You are the owner of these changes. So I want to keep both. I'm selecting this. See, when I select this, I can see like both the changes and save the file. Whenever you make a change, what do you do?
We
You
add and commit again.
save the file and add and commit. The same thing you have to do. Why it is not saving? It just hanged up.
With that resolve and merge edit is highlighted.
Why I should do this? Oh, I understood. Maybe I
That file is opened, I think.
yeah, correct.
Not good.
Yeah. Okay. So, even then I'm not able to. Something wrong. It's okay. Let me launch my terminal. Just a second, keyboard is hanging up. 1 second. Okay. So, yeah. So after making changes, what you should do?
Add and
Commit,
commit.
add and commit.
Yes. So just do the same. Git add and commit, or else I can do git commit minus AM conflicts resolve, something like that, right? So done. So that's how you resolve the conflict. That's it. You have to decide on what changes you need to have, and you need to add and got it right, everyone? Understood? How do you resolve the conflicts?
Yeah.
This is how you resolve the conflicts. You have to edit the file. See, now I got a conflict within my own changes, like my own repo. You will also get conflict with other person. We'll also look into it. But again, the concept is same. The reason for conflicts, everything is same. Only the thing is you will discuss with that person with whom you get the conflicts and decide the changes. That is the only difference. But yeah, we will also look into those scenarios. Okay. So that is about the conflict part. Now, yeah, I have this file 4 with both the lines. What would be the content of this file on B1? Do you think will it also get altered? What would be the changes of file 4 on B1 branch?
It will be my day only,
It's the
not
same
with the.
day.
Yes, it will not have these changes. If you see here, git checkout B1, right? See here. It will not have other branch, means the changes which we have committed or resolved with the conflicts on master. That's only for master branch. Are we clear? Understood?
Yes, Preethi.
Oh,
Yes.
all right. All right. So this is the concept of branching and merging, merge with the conflicts. Okay, we'll see again different types of conflicts on remote. So
Preethi,
now,
one question. Suppose we are working on the master, and if we have added few master files, and in the branch, if we want to let means first time we have stabilized, we have copied all the files from master to branch. Okay. At a point of time, again, if we want to just initialize or merge it from master to branch. Okay. So do we do means are we going to do the same thing, merging from master to branch, and then it will resolve the problem, right?
yes. Yes, you can do vice versa, but general practice is we develop some temporary branches or child branches, develop there and merge into the actual branches like parent branches. That's a general practice, but vice versa also you can do.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, let us look into another interesting concept called stash. Okay, so what is stash? Let's suppose you have some changes in the working directory. You want to move certain changes to, like whatever changes you have in the working directory, whatever changes you have here, let's suppose you want to move them to, um, let's say you want to put them on hold. That's where stash comes in. Means you can move them to some temporary shelves on hold. Why do you need it? Let me tell you. Suppose you're on the working directory, you are working on this file 1, file 2, and so on. You're making some changes to this working directory, right? So you have made some changes on this working directory and you're still doing it, right? It's halfway done, right? Only half of the work is done. Then came some other priority, like you need to make some changes to this file 3 and push that to remote on priority. So yeah, you are working on this file and you want to move it. But whenever you want to move the changes, like generally, whenever you want to move the changes like to remote or to merge, whenever you have to do these changes, always it's preferable to have a clean repository. Means whenever you do git status, it should show us clean. That's the best practice when you are merging or when you are pushing to remote. But when you have this, like already file 1, file 2 are there, it has got some unstaged changes in the working directory. But it will always prompt us to add and commit them, right? But I can't add them or commit them because they're halfway done. I cannot discard them at the same time for the same reason, half of the work is done. But I want to just put them on hold for some time. So that is called stash. Unstaged changes from the working directory can be moved to the temporary shells. Right? And yeah, your repository becomes clean. You can continue the other tasks right before you go on to the like you can just put them on hold, and once this is done you can come back and unstash, means get that work from the temporary shells and start working with it, which is called unstash, right? So that's a concept of stash. You can put some work on hold, correct? So yeah,
So what is the basic difference between stash and dot ignore then?
you tell me what is the difference. Can anyone think of it? Lot of confusion will be there again in many people. So anyone can think of what is the difference? Ignore and stash.
Ignore, as per my understanding, it is unless until we pull out, and this is for the temporarily we are keeping it.
Not exactly.
Ignore will
Ignore.
not track that one, and it will be not tracked from working directory to anywhere. However, for the stash, I think it is just in the working directory. It has not moved to the other stages, and it is just kept on hold. And it is not ignored. It will be still tracked, but it is on hold just for time being.
Yeah. Actually, entire file is not ignored here, right? Only those unstaged changes of those files were moved to temporary shells. File is still being tracked. File 1, file 2 are still being tracked. It is tracking them. Correct?
Yeah.
So that is the difference. Okay. Yeah, let's do the hands-on. Let's get to the hands-on. Let's do something here. We are on master branch, and if you see this, right, you see the bunch of commits here. Yeah, we can do the stash here, but I just want to keep my log simple. I just want to get rid of them before I go to the next concept. I just want to keep my log simple. How to do that? I want to get rid of top 2 commits. Is there any?
Get reset.
Reset,
Sorry,
revert,
Hard
reset,
reset.
Is it
reset.
reset or revert?
It's reset.
reset.
I just want this to be my topmost commit. So get reset hard. Okay, done. So this is simple, good. Okay. Now, like I may make some changes here. Let's say to file 1. Okay, let me make some changes to file 2 as well. Okay, I'm making some changes. I made some changes, and if you do the status, see both of them were like not staged, unstaged. Files are not new, they're already there, but certain changes were there. And now, let's say I want to keep the repository clean for some other purpose. Maybe I want to merge it or push it or whatever. I want the repository clean. So what do? Simply git stash. That's all. It will move these changes to the virtual temporary shelves. Okay, you can see working directory is saved. Okay, and if you see here, how do you know status? See, it's clean. Means, do you mean that your changes are lost, gone? They are not gone. They can be seen with the stash list. Every stash means each time you stash, a stash number will be generated like this, and you can do git show that stash number. You will see what are all the lines that were stashed. This was stashed. This was modified like this, and this is fine. So those are the lines that were stashed. Okay, fine. Now, okay, I'm done with my priority task. I want to get my changes back. How do you get your changes back?
Stash.
Unstaged.
How do you unstash? Git
It
the stash
unstash.
pop
Okay.
and stash number. Okay. So what about this command does? Git stash pop stash number. Git stash pop stash number will unstash the changes. Means it will bring the changes back to the working directory. Also, it will clean up the temporary shells. That's what pop command does. It will unstash plus clean up the temporary shells. Okay. So let me show you. See git stash pop. Right now you will do the status. See, you got the changes back. Stash list, it is cleaned from there also. That's why you see here, dropped this stash. Do you see? Dropped means deleted from temporary shells as well. And you got your changes back here. Until then, file 1, file 2 are also being tracked, right? So that's the difference between git ignore and stash. Are we clear?
Yeah.
There are different ways you can stash. I'll show you all of them. First, again, I'm stashing. Right now, changes are gone. Doesn't mean that they're lost. Like we have them on the temporary shells. You can see that with the stash list. Again, if you want to unstash, what do?
Git stash pop.
Git pop. Git stash pop.
Right? There is another way called apply. Git stash apply. And again, the stash number. What is the difference between pop and apply?
Maybe it'll keep the temporary files as well.
Yeah, see, pop and apply are like apply will not delete from temporary shells. It will just keep a copy on the temporary shells. That is the difference. But why it should keep a copy on temporary shells? Why not clean it up when you're unstashing? Maybe if you want to continue this incomplete work on some other branches at a later point of time, you can unstash. Stash is at a repository level, right? So you may maintain a copy there. So later on, if you want to unstash to some other branches and try out on it, yes, you can do. Clear? So get
Preethi, one question. Suppose we moved both the file to stash, okay, and later point of time we just want one file one back to the working directory, but we don't want file two, suppose for time being. But here when we do stash, both the files are coming pop. Both the files will come to the working directory, right? So if you just want to control only particular file, say file one back to the working directory, but I don't want file two to back in the working directory. So can we do that also?
we can do it. I'll show you. Okay. You have to stash them separately. Then you can. In the particular stash, like its stash number created, when you unstash, whole thing in it will come back. If you want to do it, you have to stash separately. We will come to that part. See, stash list is cleaned up. Do you see that? Sorry, stash list is not cleaned up because we did apply, right? Apply, you are not seeing something like a drop. Do you see the difference between pop and apply? Got the difference between pop and apply, everyone?
Yeah.
Right, it will not drop. It will keep a copy here. Later on, if any other branches from any other branches, if you want, you can unstash it as well. That is the difference. And again, changes are back. It's not cleaned up from temporary shells. Right? It is still there. Stash list. If you want to just clean it up, stash drop, stash number. Right? That will drop again. Drop means just delete from temporary shelves. It will not unstash. Got it? So that's about stash and unstash. And here, like again, like you are having these two changes, right? And yeah, two files are there. And if you want to stash again, git stash. But stash is whenever you run this, whatever in your working directory will be stashed. There might be 2 files or 3 files, whatever, everything will be stashed. But let's say I just want to stash one one file only, right? That's called partial stash or a specific stash. Maybe I want to stash only file 1, not file 2. I need file 1 in my working directory, right? Similarly, yeah, okay, first let's do partial stash. Now, if you do partial stash, it will prompt on every file, like file 1, do you want to stash it? Yes. File 2, do you want to stash it? No. So now if you see, do you see here file 2 is still there? Git status. File 2 is still there. Git stash list is stashing only one file. If you want, you can show. Git show the stash number. See, only this file 1 was stashed. So if you want this also, again stash it separately. So that whenever you want those things back, you can get them back if you stash separately. Now I may do again git stash. It's only one file, so that should be fine. It got stashed and you have 2 stashes. So you unstash, like stash pop or stash apply, whatever stash you want. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Right?
Hmm.
So unstash with stash pop, that stash number, whichever you want. Right? Or else if you want to keep a copy, stash, apply stash number. It's up to you. And let's say I don't want to stash. I just want to clean up. You can do, maybe I realize I don't want them anymore. So stash drop, stash number. Or else if you want to clean up everything, stash clear also will do the same. It will clean up the whole stash in the temporary shells. These are the different things we did. Let me summarize the things. Stash. This will move the changes from working directory to temporary shells. That's a stash. And then stash pop. Stash pop is a reverse. Right? You get the changes back from temporary shells as well as delete from temporary shells. That is stash pop. Correct? And what is stash apply? Stash apply also same. You will get the changes from temporary shells to working directory, but it will not delete from temporary shells. It will keep a copy there, right? Then comes a drop. Drop will not unstash. It will simply delete a specific stash, not everything, from temporary shells, right? And then stash clear will delete all of them. will delete all stashes from temporary editions. Stash list, list all the stashes. Right? And how about stash minus p? Partial stash. This is useful to stash a specific file or stash things differently or separately. This is the gist of the commands we have used, and that's the summary of them. Any queries here? Are we good?
Yeah.
Any command to apply or pop multiple stash, like with stash numbers. In detailedly, we are popping with stash numbers, right? Instead of that, we are like more stash numbers. Can we apply or pop?
No, you
later?
have to do this way only.
Okay.
Whenever you stash all of them together. That's all you can do. And see, all of these is like unstaged changes from the working directory, right? Changes from your working directory is moved to temporary shells. So what changes were there? I'm talking about all unstaged changes, means not new files. Files are already there. Any unstaged changes, we are doing it, right? But you can also stash untracked files. Means completely new files, right? New changes. Yes, you can do that. But at that time, you have to do with git stash minus u flag for untracked. Otherwise, it's generally unstaged. That's another point you can make a note of. Is that clear, everyone?
Yes.
So that is the concept of stash. Like these are all helpful when you manage your files, when you manage your code base as a DevOps person. You may have to have your program configuration files, right? This is how you manage them. And then we have the next concept of rebase. That is another advanced concept. Before I proceed, any questions in this part? Can we proceed? Can we go ahead?
Yes.
All right. Everyone, can I get a quick confirmation from all of you? Good to go?
Yes.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
Thank you for confirming. So now let's talk about another interesting concept called rebase. Rebase is a far advanced concept. I'll explain the through the steps. Let's suppose there is a master branch. Okay, there were some commits like commit A, commit B. Okay, then they are creating some branch called V2 from master. Obviously, those commits were there here, right? You created a branch from master. Later on, they are working like two parallel entities. Development is happening parallelly. So they made some commit C here and they were making a commit D here. Development is happening parallelly. So after few days, I realized I want this commit C also here. I want to integrate changes from master to bit. What is that called as? Integrating changes from one branch to another?
Merge or remove.
Merge.
Called merge, right? So when you merge, like after merging, have you ever noticed the commit history of the destination branch? Commit history would be something like this. Each time you merge, a new commit ID will be added as the topmost or the latest commit into the branch. This is the case if there is no conflict during the merge. Or else, if there is a conflict, again, a new commit ID will be added definitely, but it would be like a different ID. But whatever it is, commit ID will be added, right? This is conflict scenario. But whatever it is, the whole point is a new commit ID will be added into the current branch just because you are merging, right? But let's suppose I want to get the changes integrated. I want to get the same functionality, but I don't want a new commit ID added like this because see, ideally it's not made in this branch. Why it should be added like a topmost commit? Rather, it should be like this. C should come and sit in between here, right? If I want this kind of log history, means I want my log history to be rewritten. This is what is called rebase. Means when you rebase, you will see as though you have created a branch at this point. But actually I created a branch at this point, right? With AB, I created a branch. But it shows as though I have created commit branch after C. That's how it looks. Means the log history would be rearranged in such a way that initially you will see all the parent commits. Then the child commits. They are arranged in an order because that's how changes were made ideally, right? Means it shows linear development. If you want to see that kind of linear development, if you want clean, linear log history, then you may go for rebase. Functionality wise, same. It just does the same things as the merge. Functionality wise, same. Right? So clean linear log history if you want, that's where you do it. Functionality wise same, it integrates changes from source to destination. But if you want to have clean linear log history, you just want to see first all the parent changes, then the child changes. This is how you do. Or else if you do merge, what happens? Parent changes, child, again parent, and so on. Right? At some point, you don't understand which changes are coming from which branch, but that's a reality. That's how parallel development is happening. But if you want to keep your log clean, simple, understandable, that's what is rebase. Simple. Understood the concept?
Yes, Preethi, but one question. Even though master say file C commit happened later, while master branch B file D commit happened before, but in that rebase, it will arrange first master and then child.
Correct.
Correct, Preethi?
Correct. All parent changes first as per the timestamp. Means ABC will be as per the timestamp. First A is made, then B, then C. Then all the child commits again as per the timestamp. But always, even though C is made before D or D is made before C, let's say D commit is done before commit C is done, still all parent commits first, then child commits will be arranged. Then only it's a linear development, right? Otherwise, it's not a linear development. Linear development means developing after one branch after the other. First parent branch will be developed, then the child. That's called rebase. Rebase functionality wise, like I said, it is also a kind of merge. It is also a kind of merge, but it will rewrite the log history. And rebase is far advanced concept. Beginners are warned against this. And there's a thumb rule, you should rebase only local branches. Local branches means, let's say you have push to remote, you have shared it with others, don't rebase them. Right? Your log history might be different from others, so it may just like it just corrupts the repositories. This is the type of rebase, and like I said, it's again not very often used, it's very rarely used. Okay, this is very rarely used because we need parallel development only. We don't need this kind of clean log histories. For smaller apps, at times we may use it, but we don't use this in general. But in general, we will use another type of rebase. That's called pull with rebase. Okay, we will also look into that. Pull with rebase will avoid unnecessary commits when you are pushing onto remote. We will look into that as well. Any more questions from anyone? Any questions on this? We will see practically, okay? I'm just explaining this theoretically. We will have the practicals. But before we go on, understood that theoretical part? Concept is clear, right?
I think
So,
it's clear.
yeah. Now we can do the rebase. Let me just show you.
But this is the rebase is more systematic way which keeps your data completely clean. So why don't we follow the
We don't follow it locally the way I have shown you. We will do it with pull with rebase is used. That's what I did. The way I have shown is a raw method. For you to understand the concept, you should see this one actually. But this is not how it's used in reality. We use the rebase concept with pull with rebase. What is that pull with rebase also we learn. That's how it's widely used. But again, the concept is same.
okay.
Okay, yeah. Let me make a branch from this. Git branch B2 master. I'm creating a branch called B2 as per the diagrammatic representation I'm following. I have created a branch, but that's fine. And here again on master, I'm creating some changes. Git add file 3. Git commit -m, let's say on master. Done. Do you think this third file and commit available on B2? Definitely we don't have it, right? So fine. Let's consider this like commit C. Now let's go to B2. Git checkout B2. Right? Why are we having so many things here? Git checkout B2. Where is this file for coming from? Git branch B2 from master. Oh, I think it has got stashed changes, but I have cleaned up. 1 minute. Git checkout master. ls I have, oh, how come I'm having this? See, earlier I did not see this. Maybe I was on B1 branch, right?
Yes, you are on B1 branch.
I'm
You
on,
didn't switch to master.
yeah, I made changes on B1. It's okay. Now, okay, let me just repeat it. I'm on master. I don't want this huge history. I just want only these two. Okay, let me keep my log simple. Git reset hard. This is the one. Okay, now this is the log of master. Now this is the master branch. I just want to create a branch. Git branch B3 master. I'm creating a new branch, okay? Fine. Now on master, let me create a file called file4 or else, sorry, file3.txt. Add this and commit, git commit -m on master. Done. Okay, so I should have 3 files on master. I should have 3 commits on master. Right, good. All good. Now let's check out to B3 branch. B3 is our branch. Okay. So now on B3, obviously I'll have two commits, whichever I have got from master. Here also I'm making, this is like commit D in the diagram as per our discussion. Okay, making some file. Okay. I'm least bothered about the content, ignore the contents, okay? Git commit -m B3 changes. Done. So I have got these three files. Git log of B3, and if you want, you can check the log of master. This is how it is. I'll just put them into a notepad for you to analyze better. Okay, I'll show you them. Okay, I have this. Now I want to get this commit C. This is commit C from master into this branch, but I don't want this to get added as a topmost. What I just want this commit C should in between these two. So what do? Git rebase master. That's it. It says it has got rebase. Now check the log of this. See? Do you see that? B5D came in between the B and C. I'll show you in a better way. Just give me a second. Yeah. Can you see that? This is the log. Okay, let me also grab this log. Okay, see, this is the log of which branch? B3 branch, right? This is the log of B3. This is the log of B3. And this is the log of master. Oh, 1 second, it's not clean. Oh, yeah. So this is the log of B3 branch. This is commit A, commit B. Like you can see here, these are commit A and commit B, right? And here you can see this is the commit C and this is the commit D, right? Okay, let me write it here. This is commit D. It's not allowed to write. Okay. Commit D, this is commit B, this is commit A, correct? And again, this is commit C, commit B, and commit A, correct? This is the log of master branch, and this is the log of B2 branch before rebase. After rebase, what it is after rebase? So if you see that after rebase, can you see here? This is commit A as it is, commit B, commit C, and commit D. Just notice, observe that this is after rebase. After rebase, log of B3, right? This is the log of B3. This is the log of B3 before rebase. Do you see the difference? Yeah. Initially, all the parent commits A, B, C, then the child commit. These are again from parent. This is into the current branch. These are its own changes like A, B, C of master. Got it, all of you? C was in between B and D. The D ID may change. Okay, commit ID will change, but the order is important. Initially, all the parent commits than all the child commits. C is not added as a topmost commit if you notice. C is coming from master branch. Correct? But it's not added as topmost commit. If you see this log, it's self-explanatory. But if you want me to explain, let me know. This is the log of master. I'm trying to get C into this branch. Okay, I'm merging this way from master to B3. Means C should come into B3. Yes, C came into B3, but C is not added like a topmost commit. Rather, it was added in between. Understood everyone? Or any confusions, questions?
Yes, Preethi, understood.
This is what rebase does. It does merge only, but it also rewrite the log history. Initially, all parent changes, then the child commits. And also, if you see that, you may assume that I may have created branch after commit C, but actually I have created branch at this point, but it shows as though I have created here. Isn't it? Because all the commits A, B, C, then the child ones. But it's actually rebased. This is the actual concept of rebase. The point is it avoids merge commits. See, you are merging means changes from one branch should come into here, but it doesn't mean they should be added like a topmost or the latest commit IDs, right? Yeah, isn't the latest commit ID means whatever commit you made into that branch. Just because you're merging doesn't mean it should be added like a topmost commit ID. So to avoid that, you have a rebase. This kind of rebase is very less used, like Git rebase master. But when you're pulling changes from remote to local, you use this concept of rebase to avoid unnecessary new commit IDs or extra commit IDs. That's how it is used. We will look into that in the next session. Like in the next class, we will look in. Any more queries from anyone? Were the concepts clear? Today, whatever we have done, these are all advanced concepts. Go through the recording and do the hands-on, go through the quiz available in the portal, write any questions, post them in the group. That's how you master, you understand them thoroughly. You utilize our services to get the things clear. And yeah, that will help you a lot. Any more questions?
No.
So tomorrow on, we'll be joining on a new link, and today WhatsApp group will be created, a separate WhatsApp group created for all registered students. So get your registrations done and have access to all the content, all the materials by tomorrow.
And it is 1.5 hour, right? It's not 1 hour. I see that it's going only 1 hour for
Like,
last 2-3 days.
like there are remote sessions. Shall I go to remote repos also? In the initial days, there is no point of getting into all the topic, right? All the content.
Yeah, initially it will be less only than good. At least we'll make our base.
You all should settle in, you should all install the things, you should all get onto these tools. You should have Visual Code Studio Code Editor, you should install Git, right? Once you settle in, we can pitch in. It would be definitely like a 1 hour, 15 minutes. Later on, you will have the questionnaire part. It's not complete 1.5 hour session, 1 hour, 15 minutes, and we'll have a questionnaire. Today also, we have some questions. I'll go through that part.
Okay. And we are able to
And
complete
sometimes
everything
if
2
we
months.
are stuck in with some errors or troubleshooting, depending on the questionnaire, it would extend also. So minutes, exact minutes, I can't tell you how many minutes the session would go, but that's on average. Tell me, please, you're saying something.
No, with this we are able to complete by at least by May first week, as per plan.
Yes, we will complete. These are
Okay.
initial sessions. We should go with this pace and with this content only. I have the clear course content for every day, like what each day, what should we cover. So if we have covered that content, yes, it might be closing a bit early, or if we didn't cover, like you did not understand, I will extend the same topic. I may repeat. If you have any questions, I would be there for you now till 9
Sure.
o'clock. If you have anything, I'm there. Not that every topic goes in smoothly this way. So, yeah.
So, Preethi, I just have one question. So it's not related to this topic. Just want to know how the a DevOps engineer day looks like. What kind of responsibilities or tasks, when we'll get into DevOps role. So, what kind of things they do on daily basis, and
Okay.
what kind of technology mostly they work on.
So before I answer your question, there is some questions from other participants regarding Git, I think. Please stay on, okay? We are not closing here. My explanation is done, but I would take up those queries. Please, everyone, stay back. Whoever have questions who want to share your screen, stay back, please. Right. So now coming back to your question, the day-to-day responsibilities of a DevOps person would be like, even they will have the agile methodology, like agile implementations will be there. In the sense, yeah, we'll have a sprint call, like sprint ceremonies, like sprints. There'll be every 2 weeks, we'll be having a sprint every 2 weeks, or it depends on the projects and the company. So every day stand-up will be there, sprint call will be there, right? And there will be a product owner and the lead manager who will decide the priority of the task, what should be carried out on this sprint, right? And those tasks might be like for the developers who have developed their code and who want to put their code into production through the CI/CD pipeline. So those tasks include maybe creating CI/CD pipelines, or else certain times, like in certain projects and companies, pipelines might be created by developers, but they definitely need the help in making the pipelines better or fixing the pipelines. Broken pipelines might be there. So it might be about fixing those, or else it might be about creating those pipelines. So creating pipelines means you should know Jenkins, you should know Git, or whatever build tools they were using, how they were containerizing. All these technologies comes in. So the task might be creating a pipeline or including a new stages in that CI/CD pipeline, or else fixing some bugs which they were seeing, or fixing some broken pipelines which is happening very frequently. Those might be the things, or else setting up a Kubernetes cluster, or else deploying their applications into Kubernetes cluster, or else it might be about spinning up the infra with Terraform, or infra is already there. You may need some new modifications or changes to the infra with Terraform. So these are all could be the tasks in your sprint. These would be all the tasks. Any of these tasks you'll be working on. Like you have the planning sessions, sprint planning sessions, everything will be there as usual. You'll have the tasks assigned accordingly. And yeah, you might be a like the one who have to deal with, or it might be shared across, like depending on the task would be like further refined, right? So that's how the
Yes.
teams work, which would be led by the manager and the product owner to prioritize on what are going for the sprint. So
So as you said, the stand up happens every day, or is a weekly?
stand up is every day, right? Stand up call happens every day. Planning
Okay.
happens during the sprint start.
It's a basically 2 week sprint or the month.
See, those depends on the projects, okay, and the companies. That depends, but generally sprint would be a smaller sprints, like 2 week sprints. But again, it depends.
Okay.
How
Thank
much
you.
duration, that's always depends on your project, your requirements. Generally, sprints would be smaller, like 2 weeks a sprint, most common.
Thank you,
So,
Preeti.
so we are learning here, Git doesn't mean that you will get a task to merge that. That's not going to be your task. But in this process, that's a very simple, basic thing. That wouldn't be a sprint task, okay? Like whenever you are doing this, like when you're creating a pipeline, when you're working on the pipelines, broken pipelines, you may make some changes, you may have to push it there, you might see these conflicts. So that's why you need these things to understand. It's not from developer only fix have mergers, conflicts. Even as a demos person, you are writing your Jenkins file, configuration files, you push them to repos, right? Multiple people will be working. Obviously, you'll get conflicts. So how do you fix them? So these are all the things which will help you to go through the process and the work. There wouldn't be a question like how you are merging. That's very basic interview question. Maybe you are working, you are applying for a fresher role or else only 1 year experience of DevOps. Kind of, you may see those basic questions. Whatever we are learning here were just the basic, the start. You saw the pipeline, right? On the demo session on the day one, you have the PPT wherein you have the complete pipeline, right? So we were on the first part of Git, that too in the basic level. Also, we were learning from the perspective of managing the files. We should also learn Git from the perspective of like, how do you use it in the pipeline? How do you integrate it in the Jenkins pipeline, right? So those are all the things that are coming up. Things fall in the place. Okay, you will be able to connect the dots as we go by.
And Preethi, classes are Monday to Friday, right?
Classes are from Monday to Friday, but as we go by, depending on how it's going, like let's say you may need some you may need more explanation. Some classes might be extending. In such cases, we'll be having a session on Saturday with prior information. But generally, it would be on Monday and Friday.
Okay, Preethi. Any other course, Preethi, you also do like detailed AWS or like that, or it is just
No, this is from my real-time experience. Like I work as a DevOps lead, DevOps manager from past 7 years. So I'm specialized in this. I do this one only.
and we will cover the AWS part which are under this
Like
DevOps.
whatever relevant to DevOps, I'm trying to cover them, right? You may say there might be some other service that DevOps team is doing. This DevOps team is using something else. There were 200 services of AWS. So I am covering the services which are used in general. There might be here and there some services someone might be using. That always will be there. But most of the services which are used in general, I'm covering. Out of them, EKS is the a major service I would be concentrating on. Again, my expertise falls into that Kubernetes part. So I would be also showing you the real ways of how EKS is used and which is very important in real time. So those are the benefits you avail from my course.
Okay,
Of
and
course,
cloud formation, Preethi?
apart from EKS, other services are also covered, but I'm stressing on EKS because that's very important and I have expertise on it. Yes, tell me.
The cloud formation part, like your ISC part, right?
Cloud formation is there in the course content, but I'm not planning to cover this because cloud formation rather than cloud formation, Terraform is more widely used. Terraform, cloud formation are similar. Cloud formation is like it's a cloud agnostic. It's only for AWS. Rather
Mhm.
than that, Terraform is picking up. When you learn Terraform, again, learning cloud formation will be very simple, but at the when you are learning it, it might be just you don't need to consume your energy over there when you are going to gain expertise on Terraform.
So we are covering Terraform, right? ISC part.
Terraform will be covered in depth with all the advanced concepts.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to put that cloud formation on hold. Soon that will be updated in the content as well.
Okay.
Anything else? Yeah, so can you share your screen? Whoever having questions, someone has, they have some question, they want to share the screen.
Yes, if you can just allow me to enable the sharing, because right now it is disabled.
It's done. You can please share your screen.
Okay. Yes. So see, one thing I resolved by your lecture only. Just wanted to get the you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
So I was struggling with the revert. So I just made it like this. That in the master branch, I have these many logs. Okay, and if I want to revert, suppose I want to just revert for file 7. Okay, so you were doing something here, and it was not allowing me for. Suppose I'm just doing it revert and say for this one. Preethi, can you just suggest me here what
Mm.
wrong I'm
Revert failed is a merge, but no match. See, what is your operating system?
Windows.
And it's a PowerShell. Here in the terminal, there is a PowerShell scene, right? Can you click on the drop down beside that? Click on the drop down arrow
Yeah.
beside. Click on it. No, just choose that git bash. Now do that. Now do git again, git log. Now run that revert. Okay, again the same thing. Is a merge, but no -m option was given. Try to do, actually, whenever you revert, you also provide the message, right? With the M flag, you provide the message. Generally, when you run this, it will open the editor for you, but it's saying you need to do with -m. Just give git revert commit ID. The above command, and then add -m and some message there itself. No. No. First the commit ID. B1. -m, some message to revert. Main line expects a number greater than 0. Maybe give that commit ID towards the end. Which version of Git you have installed and which Windows is this?
So 10 and so it was another 2.42 I think.
These small changes will be there. Yeah, see, that's, I think you installed a different version of Git. We generally see Git the number. Why is it Windows coming up? From where did you download this?
Same link which you said, right? Same even here also.
That's fine. Version will be shown same anywhere. I'm talking about the version itself you installed is something different.
It is the same link which you given in your document, right? So in the document, I just followed your document and then
Have to choose the Git executable as per your system, like it's 64-bit or 32-bit. You have those things.
64. Yeah, I have installed 64. Same thing which you just showed it here in the document, right?
There will be slight difference in the commands with the different versions. There'll be a very small difference.
Can you do one thing? Can you just after -m just put a 1 digit 1?
Where Git here, Git reward.
Yeah, same command.
Different.
But after -m, just put a 1.
1.
Yes, just 1 digit. Yeah.
ID missing.
Just do it with the reverse.
You didn't put ID, right?
ID is missing there.
Yeah, you missed the ID. After the word, put the ID. After the word. Yeah, it's no.
So it's taking message as a number, -m as a number.
Yeah, I can share you. I can share the article. I just.
Okay. So a little bit of difference will be there in the command. Slight difference. It doesn't make difference to the concept, but commands might be a little different with the versions you install.
But it's still okay. This is such right. Now
Okay,
new file.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
further
this.
you can review this article.
Okay,
for this
okay.
issue.
Where did you place it?
This one.
Yeah, in the chat. Hold on. I think it only. Okay, give me. It went to co-host. Okay. Preethi, can you paste in the chat because I cannot do that.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so I got it. So it is just with number and then we will do it, right? Okay, Preeti, I got it.
Right.
But I was actually struggling.
I shared it in the Zoom chat as well for everyone to refer. Yeah, these things will be always there. Okay, commands will be like here and there. You need a modifications when you are doing it. It depends on the versions you install. But yeah, that's fine. Tell me.
You are doing revert, and then on the this video means your editor only, you are doing some QC or something like that. You remember yesterday when you were showing that we have to change the message, and then we have to do some backslash and QC or something like that, right?
See,
For
when
the
we are typing without -m flag, it will open an editor for you. That's a Vim editor. That's how you save in a Vim editor. Those are for saving the editor, where your commit message will be stored.
okay, so
Revert
what was that?
message. Let's say.
Yeah, what was that actually mean? I never used that one. That's why I think yesterday I was struggling with that only, because it was not allowing me to edit anything, and I tried with escaping and all those things, but it did not work.
The bash terminal, try to do it in the bash. Okay, don't get with a PowerShell. In the git bash terminal, you have already those Vim editors available. You don't need to install them separately.
Okay, Preethi.
Yeah.
Got it.
And how to edit the Vim editor, even it is there in the Google Drive in Linux folder. Editing Vim editor, I mean editing using Vim editor, a document is there. You can follow that, like how do you save it, escape I, how do you go to insert
Where
mode.
is that, Preethi? Can you tell me the path again?
In the Google Drive, there is another folder called Linux Basics. There you have it.
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
I'll do it. Okay. Okay.
All right then. Also, please go through the quiz from your end. Okay. Check your score and retake it accordingly. All right. Thank you all. See you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye bye.